Lots of tragedy over the weekend, both from Orlando, one being Christina Grimmie, friend of the show. Brett, you were able to interview her. And when the news hit, shocking, absolutely surreal. The new details to the case is that they've identified the killer. We're not even going to say his name. We don't want to put his face up. We're not going to give him any more publicity. He did end up killing himself. What we should talk about before we talk about Christina and honor her, and Brett, I would like to talk to you because I wasn't here when Christina was a guest on the show. Brett interviewed her and got to know her, and Grace has a mutual friend with Christina. So the new details to the case, though, for one, in case you don't know the details, I think we do need to give some backstory. So she was signing autographs late Friday afternoon. She was at the Plaza Live Theater. There was about 120 fans there. That's when a gunman opened fire, okay? And her brother tackled him. And that's when he killed himself because according to police, that's when the gunman killed himself because according to the police, the gunman did have, along with an arsenal of other weapons, he did what they believed to have an escape route out. So they don't believe that he planned the gunman to shoot himself. But after Christina Grimmie's brother tackled him, maybe he felt like that was his out, or maybe he was going to shoot someone else and he accidentally shot himself.
Is it weird that I hope the brother just like grabbed the gun and shot the guy? That's like my fantasy of the situation.
Yeah. And the police are, calling Marcus, her brother, a hero, because without tackling him, they do believe that the bystanders there could have easily been shot and killed. And also, like I stated, as far as the arsenal of other weapons, the shooter had 2 handguns, 2 additional loaded magazines, and a large hunting knife. 22 years old, so much talent. People either knew her from YouTube or they knew her as a singer on The Voice or, in her own right, her own music career now. Brett and Hassan, I don't even know where to begin with this, but how surreal to know that you invited her to come back.
The thing I hate the most is when people go like, this is my tragedy. And it isn't. It's not my tragedy. It's hers. And all I can say is contribute to getting people out there who are learning about this story to put it in what do I do with this? And one thing we can do is, like, from people who knew her, say, and I didn't know her very well, but she was here once, and I remember the shit out of her. And I tried to rewatch the segment that we did together, and it was like, oh, I can't do this because she was just so genuinely awesome from like the moment you meet her. Just a positive energy. And one of those things where like, just take some time for yourself to get to know, because when tragedies like this happen, there are people behind them, real people with real stories who had real plans of what to do tomorrow, and they can't do it anymore. And you can go back along her social media and see she's just out and about going, hey guys, I got a show in Orlando, come by because I want to meet you. And she was so positive in that way. And now she's gone. And she has a family, and her job as a singer was to kind of bring you joy. And also what she brought to this stage was just like a really awesome day. That was a really fun show. It was a great show. She was going off to the iHeartRadio Music Festival, and she was going to open it.
She won in a contest to open it. So that's actually what I was thinking about a lot. All these celebrities have been passing away, like Muhammad Ali, David Bowie, Prince, and these people have made this massive impact on culture, on our society. And I didn't know them at all, but yet I feel something in their passing, right? But then when you hear about instances like Christina Grimmie, where she was just in the beginning stages of her career and just such an awesome person, like Brett said already, just very nice, like awesome person that we met. We saw her at Tubathon after as well, like recently. I think that was the last time I saw her. And right at the precipice of her, launching into the next level in her career, her life is taken away at a fan meet and greet, where she's doing something truly, genuinely awesome by meeting up with her fans. And it's just so scary, because we do, not to make this about ourselves, but we do meet and greets all the time. And we talk about very political content all the time when we put ourselves out there. And like there's death threats that you get, and that's pretty normal. That's just a part of the job. But I mean, just so selfishly, this person can go in there and take someone else's life. It scares me.
And police still don't know a motive. They looked in this killer's social media and phone. It didn't appear that he was stalking her or tweeting at her. There's no link between the two of them. There's absolutely, as of now, the investigators cannot find a motive. Grace?
I mean, all I would say is that I really liked Christina when she was on YouTube. I was surprised when I saw her on The Voice. I remember her back when I was in high school, when I was a teenager, watching her videos in her room, Zelda X Love 64, like that was her account, and she would put out these covers that blew you away. And when I heard about this happening, I've been watching, and I would recommend to our viewers, if you're not really familiar with her work, go back and watch her videos. Really celebrate her talent, because her covers on this piano in her room, when you can't, they really speak to you, and not just because, you know, she's passed now. I remember she has that impact when she was alive. She was the kind of videos that would go viral that you would share with your friends. Oh my God, look at how she did Titanium, this house song by David Guetta, and she breaks your heart when she just plays it on her keyboard in her room. Like if you watched her YouTube videos, you did feel like you knew her, because they were so hyper personal. You know, because she was talking about what she was going through in her day-to-day life. She was so close with her brother. I think I read somewhere that it was like player 1 and player 2. That was like their nickname for each other. Jeez. She was, you know, she was a vibrant and very, I'm thinking the word that I'm thinking of is alive, and that's just like not true. But I would urge you, if you're not familiar with Christina Grimmie, if you've heard about this, go watch her YouTube videos. Because
her Wrecking Ball cover on The Voice.
On The Voice
got
was
her on.
just incredible. Yeah, right.
Shit.
Right. Oh my goodness. Heartbreaking.